Hello, vaqueros. I am Nathan Alanis.
And I am Jonathan Trevino.
And welcome back to Career News with Nathan and Jonathan.
The Career Center would like to thank everyone who attended the Virtual Career and Internship Expo.
Congratulations! You met with employers and you put yourself out there. If you booked an interview, we do recommend you reach back within a few days to talk about your application status.
We thought there might be some important information you should consider when preparing for your interviews.
Here to talk about some tips about interviewing is our reporter, Gabby.
Hey vaqueros, let's talk about what you need to do to prepare for an interview. So obviously with the rise of the COVID-19 pandemic, virtual interviews have gained more and more popularity. Now when it comes to both an in-person and a virtual interview, you need to make sure to dress with the proper attire, whether that be business professional or business casual, depending on the job that you're interviewing for. However, there are certain things for your virtual interview that you need to prepare for. Those three things being lighting, background, and camera angle. So lighting, you want to make sure that you have a good light shining on your face, whether that be a ring light or just a good light overall in the room that you're going to be in. Background, you want to avoid a background with any distractions and try not to be behind a window because then your face will look dark to the interviewer. And as for your camera angle, you want to make sure it's at an eye level just so that you can simulate that eye contact with the interviewer. Now, there are certain things that you need to prepare for, whether it be an in-person or a virtual interview, and one of those things being an elevator pitch. So an elevator pitch is just you giving 60 seconds to the employer, talking about who you are and what makes you qualified for the job. It's basically you just selling yourself to the employer. Now, for an in-person interview, you want to make sure to bring a copy of your resume with you. Now, if you don't have a resume, you can find a template on our website, www.utrgv.edu/career-center. And once you have a rough draft of what your resume looks like, you can make an appointment with one of our career advisors through our platform, Handshake. Now, once you bring in your resume to your interviewer and you have your interview complete, make sure to follow up after your interview. And if you're not feeling confident before going into an interview, you can practice your skills on a platform that we have called Interview Stream. Through Interview Stream, you'll be faced with a series of questions. You'll record yourself, you'll answer them. Then you can critique yourself based on certain filler words or based on maintaining eye contact. And that same interview can also be critiqued by our own career advisors. They'll be able to help you out on the skills that you need to improve. That's all for interview tips, guys. I'm Gabby. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Gabby. Those are some great tips. Now, let's say you've booked yourself an interview and you think to yourself, you're done, right?
Wrong. After the interview, you wait for the call from the employer, offering you a job, and for most people, that job is all they want and all they will settle for.
Never settle for less. Here to give you some insights into how to accept job offers is our reporter, Jackie.
Hi vaqueros, today I'm going to be talking to you guys about something that is very overlooked, and that is accepting a job. So I know sometimes we can get very excited when it comes to accepting a job because we're like, our first job, this is exciting, or our first job offer. But there are some things that you guys should consider or may want to consider. So the first would be your salary. I know sometimes you will be okay with what they pay you, but if you do have the degrees and the extra work, you can ask for a raise. We do have some additional information on how to ask for a raise on our website. Another thing would be location. You should be fine with where you will be located. You should ask your employer if they will be willing to relocate you and pay you for your relocation. And lastly, should be insurance or health insurance if the company does have that for you or will provide that. Okay, vaqueros, something else I would like to mention is the ACES workshop. This month of October, we will have the imposter syndrome. Every Thursday, we will have a new event coming up. So make sure you stay tuned and see all the events we will be coming up. You can check those out on our social media page or on our webpage. So those are just some tips and tricks that will help you with your job offers or accepting your job. If you have any more questions or concern, you can always call us or email us at utrgv.edu/career center or careercenter@utrgv.edu. That is it for me. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Jackie. Now, to close the show, we thought it would be helpful if we had our reporter, Alondra, talk about the different resources that the Career Center provides in terms of interviews and accepting job offers.
Hey, Alondra.
It might seem like information overload, but we do have resources that you can reference back to just in case it seems difficult to keep track of everything we have talked about today. Remember that we have a lot of available resources just for you. Keep in mind what the other career advisors have mentioned before. Remember to look at our website and go to Handshake to make an appointment with us. We offer appointments for mock interviews and Interview Stream, which will give you tips on how well you interview before going to the real thing. Another place you could go is our website, where you can find interviews, do's and don'ts, as well as types of questions they can ask and can't ask you, so you are prepared as to what to expect. Also, take note of what Jackie mentioned on accepting job offers and attend our AC's workshops on these topics that you might not have thought of. You can find these events on Handshake on the Events tab and register. Everything we talked about in this episode comes from our website at utrgv.edu/career-center, or visit your career center for more resources and information. This is all from me. I am Alondra. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Londra. To our viewers, I hope this episode clarified the preparation process for interviewing and accepting job offers.
To end the show, we would like to leave you with this quote by Jim Harbaugh. Attack the day with an enthusiasm unknown to mankind. That is all for this week's career news. I am Nathan.
And I'm Jonathan.
We hope to see you next time.